I don't think anyone experiences you have to. Because if you do,
Assalamu alaikum. I will try to stand out of the way, but if I do get in the way, just let me know. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you all for coming. We're glad to have you here at the IUI. The IUI strives to help and serve Bay County residents and our Muslim community in Bay County in specific in every way possible. And the IUI in the past and will continue in the future trying to put together those events for our youth to entertain them. We want to have fun, and we want to educate them as much as possible, and we want to pass that experience and knowledge from our community members and others to our youth, educate them and give them all the knowledge and experience we can give them. So this is part of what we do. Career Talk is an initiative we started last year, and the goal is to help educate our youth about the challenges that are ahead of them getting into the job market, giving them the knowledge they need, and as much as possible share with them the experience and knowledge from professionals within our Muslim community and beyond. If you have applied for a college program this year, and we hope that you got accepted, and our goal is to make sure that you know your way to a career that fulfills you and challenges you. And this is what this event is about. So I'd like you to take a look at that program. I hope each and everyone has a copy. Let me grab some. So, this presentation, I'll try to make it short and sweet, is an introduction and some information and data about the job market. And it's mainly, my main resource for that was a couple of reports that were submitted by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is an agency that is managed by the Department of Labor, and what it does, it predicts the demand in the job market, and their forecast was from 2014 to 2024. Some numbers that might come handy, and they definitely are the result of a lot of work. So the basics. Let's start with the basics. When you are after a job, is that what you are after, a job or a career? And what is the difference? There are things that are obvious, but we will try to go through some definitions that will basically help you when you get a job know if that's just a temporary job, that your main goal of it is to just make money, or if that is a career that you want to continue in and grow. So the difference between the two, and in terms of future advancement. So in a job, where do you see yourself within the next 5 or 10 years? That's a question to ask, and if the answer is you see yourself growing, you see yourself doing more, being challenged and making more money, then that's definitely a career that you want to stay at. If you don't, then that's a sign that this is a job maybe that is not for you. Networking opportunities in a job, or in a career type job, everyone that you get acquainted to and you come to work with becomes someone within your network that can help you in the future, can be relevant in your future, refer you to a job you can work with, and will open a door for you. Within a normal, any type job, those who you work with will not be as relevant in your future. So that's another sign. The classic example is our burger flipper. Even though I have a lot of respect for them, this is a skill that probably I'm not very good at, but this is the type of a job that you get in just to make money. But this is not the career type job. In some places, people work their way up and turn that into a career. But I'm just using it for example, and I hope it's not offending. In this job, like if you don't see yourself growing within that job within few years, then that's not a career for you. If the people that you work with and you get acquainted to are not the type of people that you will work with in the future, then that's another sign. Impact on future resume. In a career type job, every job you take is relevant in your future. They add up. You gain skill that you will use in your next one and your next one. In a job that you get in just to make money, that's not the case. So those are some of the basic differences, and we want you to be after that career type job, of course. So now you understand the difference. You know what is a job that you get in just to make money, and what is a job that you would turn into a career. So how can you find the best career for you? What are the signs that you should look for? What can you do to find out what is your aspiration, what you want to grow in and turn into a job? So let's start with the definition. What is the best career for you? What is a good job? A good job is, of course, one that pays well. That's something that is very important, and of course more important than other things for some people. The career type job also would challenge you. You would feel challenged and you would feel fulfilled doing what you do. They are a good match for your talents and skill, and they are not very stressful. They wouldn't stress you to death, and they offer room for you to advance and grow. It's not a job that you will be stuck doing the same thing for many years, and you don't have a chance to grow, get more responsibilities, and get into a better position. And they also definitely must provide a satisfying work-life balance. So you're not sacrificing your personal life too much for that material gain of that work. So that what defines a good career, a good job. Now, you need to know what you are good at. How can you find out? There are different methods for that, and this is just only for some of them. Aptitude tests, those are kind of tests that they are, I think they have some psychiatry aspects to them. They are aimed at finding what you are good at. What are your the skills that you excel at, the personality traits that you have, and values, and they would eventually advise that this is the type of career that marries all those skills you have, personality traits, and values. It's a good thing to take. Of course, they are not going to tell you definitely or precisely what is the best career for you, but it's something you might want to consider. An aptitude test. Networking with professionals. If you thought that you would love to go into the medical field, then it's definitely good for you at one point in time to try and network with those who are in that field and get to know what they do and ask the right questions. Internships. Of course, that's something a good tool. If you can secure, if you can secure an internship at a job, in a job that you think you are interested in as early as possible, then that will help you decide if that's something you would want to do for the as many years of your life. Now, we'll go quickly through those some of the statistics. So the next few slides, I will share with you some data about the U.S. job market. This is, like I said, data that was in a report, a couple of reports that were submitted by the Bureau of Labor Services. This is an agency managed by the Department of Labor, and you can learn one thing or two from them. Let's start with this one. If you look at this graph, it illustrates that educational demand for jobs over the years. So let me zoom in a little bit. This is the percent of jobs in 2012. This is the educational demand for jobs versus the education degree that it requires. You can see in 1973, you had almost 40% of jobs that you can take without a college degree. I'm not sure if it's scroll up. Yeah, here we go. That's the key right there. So 40% of brown, that's high jobs that you can take with a high school diploma, went down from 40% in 1973 to 34% in 1992, down to 30% in 2010, down to 24%. So you can see that more and more jobs are requiring just more than a high school diploma. The number that for jobs that require some college education went up from 28%, the sum of the three upper square, up to 56% in 1992, 59% in 2010, and now it's 64%. 64% of jobs require some college education. We're talking about associate degree, college certificate, bachelor's, master's degree, all the way up to PhDs. And of course, it's predicted to continue to grow. So education, that's something that is no longer a nice to have. Okay, in this one, is it, can you see? If I don't zoom in, okay, let's zoom in. This is the job growth, the anticipated again from 2014 up to 2024. It is anticipated that there will be 164 million jobs added in the market from 2014 to 2000. Sorry, that's the estimated number of jobs, and the growth is 46.5 million job growth from 2014 to 2024. And this chart shows where that growth is happening by occupational group. So almost more than 25 or 22%. Now, number one is healthcare support and healthcare practitioner. The healthcare field is the fastest growing over those years, that 2014 to 2024.
But is it going to have that many jobs?
That's a good question, and that's the next slide. It's growing as percentage. It's growing as percentage of current number of jobs. How many? Of course, obviously, the numbers do not count for percentages. The number, you will see in the next slide that most of those numbers are taken by other sectors that are growing at a lower rate, but of course they are in much higher volume. Everybody understands that? The growth percentage compares how many we have now and how many we will have within that period of time, and dividing those two and relating those two numbers to each other. So if we have 10 and in the future we had 15, so that's a 50% growth. If you had a million and you had 1.5 million, that's a 50% growth also. You would see the percentage is much higher, but most of those jobs will be taken by lower other industries, and we will take a look at that. So 164 million jobs at 2024, 46.5 million jobs added for workers entering the market, of course, to compensate for those who are leaving the market, and also some of that is the market growth.
Healthcare support is, what does it mean to support?
That's a good question. This presentation wouldn't really detail that, but from what I remember, it's all the services provided for. Yes, so you're talking about the companies and manufacturers of medical equipment, medical supplies. That's healthcare support. Healthcare practitioner and technical, that's all physicians and nurses. And yes. Computer and mathematical is coming forth at 12% or 15%. Now this is the presentation, this is the slide, the graph that answers your question. Where are those numbers in by number of job openings? You can see that the most number of jobs, and this is now not in percentage, this is the number of job openings by million, is number one is retail salespersons, cashiers, food preparation and serving workers, the low-paying jobs, and really every time an employment report comes from the Federal Reserve Bank, and it shows that unemployment going down, and much of that it is true. Technically speaking, it is true, but it's masking other facts that even though the unemployment is going down, they are going down by number, and they are going down because of jobs that are being added, but they are not high paying. They are not the middle class jobs that the economy needs to really recover. They are low paying jobs. Waiters and waitresses, number 4. Registered nurses at number 5. So we're talking about how many? This is over 1 million jobs. Over 1 million jobs.
Can you explain a little bit what the different colors in
The different colors here are showing from replacement needs. The dark blue is the number of jobs that will be created to replace existing, to replace those who retired and those who are deceased. The light green is just from the market growth. Which is significant if looking at this, and they talk about it, and I'm not really educated enough, but they talk about a generation, that the baby boomers that have been in the job market and for so long, and now it's like as if they are all retiring at the same time, whereas that the new generation hasn't, the percentage of youth that are in the market is less in this generation than in the generation they call baby boomers. The competition over the higher paying jobs from this will get even higher, because everybody wants those higher paying jobs. And That's about the job market. The next couple of slides are a survey that was conducted by US News. This is a newspaper slash electronic magazine that surveys schools, colleges in the US. And they also did this report last year and again this year of the 100 best jobs of 2016. This is highly controversial. It's, nobody can really claim. It is questionable because not because of the work the methodology they use, but it doesn't take into account how best could mean different things for different people, right? But they try to take criteria that are supposedly common to most job seekers. We will go through it. The reason is not to the goal of this is not to tell you that you should be a dentist because this is the best job of 2016, which it is. And Dr. Haidami will talk about this in a little bit, and he will. But this is just to point your attention to something that is perceived as good and promising. And of course, from that, it's up to you.